We're going to talk about the Antichrist again. There's a lot of discussion today. People are freaking out, actually, over it. Now, I'm not looking for the Antichrist. I'm not looking for him at all because I'm going to be leaving here before he shows up. But I am amazed. I've got to admit, I've been around 77 years now, and I've been anticipating the second coming of Christ pretty much my whole life. And some of the things that I thought would take place after the rapture are already taking place, like the digital currency that's going to be instituted. Get ready for it. In the next 2 or 3 years, you will be using digital currency. In 5 years from now, there probably won't be any money. You'll have to have a number to buy or sell. Now, I do not believe at all that is the Antichrist number. It won't be his until he comes along and puts his 666 on it and puts his name and his number. And so for that reason, we're going to talk about the Antichrist so that you won't prematurely freak out. All right? So the would-be Christ is what Antichrist is. Now this is Revelation 13, and we're right in the middle of a subject here. There's two personalities going to show up. One is Antichrist, and one is a religious leader, head of the Christian church. Now, I don't know what that Christian church will look like at that time. It could be the Roman Catholic Church. It's more likely Roman and Catholic and Protestant put together, with the Roman Catholic leading the charge. Now, in my book, The Antichrist, you'll read in Revelation about that, and you'll see the evidence for it being the Roman Catholic Church. All right, here we are in verse 3. And I saw one of his heads, this is a beast that comes up out of the sea with 7 heads, wounded to death. So one of the beasts, one of the nations, the leaders, has a wound. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. So here's the second personality called a dragon. He's a religious leader. A lot of other scripture I could show you. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who's able to make war with him? So this is cryptid, but apparently the Antichrist is going to be head of a nation, and the nation is going to appear to be destroyed, but out of it he's going to make war and rise up and be victorious, and he himself is going to suffer a wound to his right eye and his right arm, which will become paralyzed. We'll see that here in the scripture as we go on. So you're not going, you think somebody's Antichrist? When you see the guy with his right eye out and his right arm messed up, paralyzed on one side, incapacitated maybe in his speech, who has to have a computer-generated image speak for him, you're probably looking at the Antichrist then. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. So for 3.5 years, during the latter part of the tribulation, the Antichrist is going to be in control. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Why is the Antichrist taking his time to blaspheme those that dwell in heaven? Because they had recently been on earth. They've been raptured out, and it burns him up. I mean, imagine all the Christians suddenly disappear. It's going to be a lot of right-wingers going up. Not all of them for sure, but a lot of them. It's going to be a lot of what they call the far right, going to be gone in paradise, in pleasure, in joy, in heaven, but not all of them. And so all over the world, you're going to see people disappear, and the Antichrist is going to reach up to heaven, blaspheme God, and blaspheme those he's raptured out. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. Now, saints is a term used in the Old Testament for Jews as well as New Testament for Christians. And so there will be people left on the earth, the Jewish people who do not trust Jesus Christ will be left on the earth after the rapture of the church. And to overcome them, and power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So people all over the world are going to be induced, not all will do it, but induced commanded, constrained to worship the image of the beast, to worship him just like you worship God. Zechariah 11, here it is. And the Lord said unto me, take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed the stranger still, but he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock! The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. So there's going to be a foolish shepherd in Israel. And he's going to be known by a number of things, 96 things, which I list in this book. But one of those is he's going to have a right eye that doesn't function at all, clean, dried up arm. So it's just going to get shriveled up. It's going to look really bad. And he is going to have an image made to him and demand worship, because he came up as it was from the dead, and rose up to become prominent and head over 10 nations are going to join him. Now, we can't go into all that, but I just wanted to communicate that main point there, that the Antichrist is going to have this bum arm and bum eye when he does show up. Okay, that'll be all for today.